We've re-established contact with our SABC News correspondent, Mia Alberti, who joins us now from Tel Aviv. Good evening to you, Mia. We were listening to an interview by Dr. Mads Gilberti, who's practiced at al-Shifa Hospital, and he's issued some reflections and also some warnings about what's happening there. What is the latest that you are hearing about the operations at the hospital, the largest in the Gaza Strip?
Look, what we heard from this doctor is what we are hearing from doctors from other organizations such as Doctors Without Borders, from Palestinian doctors who are working in the al-Shifa hospital, and the footage that we have been seeing coming from al-Shifa as this is happening. Again, you mentioned earlier that there is an internet blackout, so it's been hard to understand exactly what is happening inside of the hospital. But according to videos posted on social media and accounts by these organizations, it does sound like, you know, images and scenes that we should not ever be seeing inside of a hospital. We're talking about videos where we are seeing these doctors trying to take care of their patients and keep them in safety, while we can hear gunshots in the background. It's completely dusty as they are walking through these corridors in this hospital, saying that they are being targeted by Israeli soldiers. One doctor, the director of, I think, the emergency room in the al-Shifa hospital, said in an interview to Al Jazeera Arabic that he was asked if the Israeli soldiers that stormed, that invaded the hospital, brought any aid, and what the doctor said was that the only thing that they brought was death and gunshots. Now, from the Israeli side, what we are seeing is a completely different scenario. The Israeli occupation forces have said that they are doing a precise operation inside of the al-Shifa hospital, that they are trying to protect civilian lives, and that they have found weapons and other evidence of Hamas's presence, but they have not presented any evidence of that yet. And the people that work in the hospital continue to reject the idea that there was a presence of any kind of Hamas there in the building. The Israeli forces have also posted videos of Israeli soldiers distributing aid into the hospital. And also quite an important development today, which is that we are seeing for the first time since this conflict began more than a month ago, we are seeing fuel trucks going into Gaza from the Rafah crossing from Egypt. And so that very essential fuel to not only have electricity for the rest of the Gaza Strip, but for these hospitals that most of them have now been out of service, not only because of bombardment, but also because of fuel shortages. So that entrance of fuel, very, very important. And again, as we are seeing this operation still unfold in the al-Shifa hospital, we're talking about a big compound where thousands of civilians are still estimated to be, and so this is going to be a long operation, but already a deadly one. We are going to see more calls. We're expecting to see more calls, such as we heard from President Ramaphosa, to urge Israel to stop the attack on hospitals, and even as South Africa has done, to file a complaint with the International Criminal Court for war crimes, which includes attacks such as this to hospitals, but also to schools, to refugee camps, to journalists, because of the use of white phosphorus in densely populated areas. We're seeing Lebanon also. The foreign minister announced today that this country has also filed a complaint with the United Nations against Israel for war crimes because of the use of white phosphorus in the south next to populated areas, but also for its attack on journalists here in Lebanon.
Just a final word, and what you're sharing there really animates what Dr. Mads Gilberti has said, that if he had to choose between al-Shifa and hell, he would choose hell. As we focus on where the military operation is taking our attention, what's the final word, or what's an update, Mia, this evening, this afternoon, on where the population is concentrated now, given the military operations over the last few weeks?
Look, it's really hard to know what is happening at the moment because there is an internet blackout. Many people have not been able to charge their phones and communicate for many weeks now. We do know that there has been a massive exodus from northern Gaza into southern Gaza, which is also being bombed as they are trying to flee to what Israel calls safe zones, but at the same time is bombing those areas. We have seen these pictures of thousands of Palestinians walking all of these kilometers in the sun, the elderly and also children trying to go to safety, leaving everything behind and just walking with the clothes on their feet. And a lot of the people are comparing these scenes, and we're seeing a lot of these on social media, comparing the Nakba of 1948 when more than 700,000 Palestinians were forced to leave their territory at the time, with always the idea that they might come back. So we do know that most of the population, or a big part of the population, has moved to southern Gaza. We do know that a lot of people are against leaving Gaza, even if they had the chance, for example, to go to Egypt, because they want to stay and defend their right to live in their country.
Mia Gilberti, thank you for bringing us the very latest from where you are. Mia is actually stationed in Beirut. That's our SABC News Correspondent, Mia Gilberti.